Good Saturday morning, everybody. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. All sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. February the 18th. We can say now we're past the halfway point of the month of February, even though it is looked and felt a little more like March, except for this morning. This morning, it is cold. I mean, the skies cleared and the temperatures have taken a big plunge, as you'll soon see from the Kentucky Mesonet Network. Here, as I record this podcast at 5:47 a.m. Central Time, high pressure right over West Tennessee, moving toward the Nashville area, or at least the center of it. Now, around us, this is a pretty big sprawling high pressure that is covering much of the Mid South and Ohio Valley regions. So skies have cleared, and that allowed the temperatures to really bottom out this morning in a lot of cases into the teens. It's been a while since we have felt air that cold. I was looking at, the models were indicating about mid 20s, but that was with the clouds still acting as a blanket overnight to hold in some of the heat from yesterday. But that's not the case this morning. As the clouds have departed, there's some high clouds back to the west, which we'll see moving through the area later today. So I'm going to call for increasing clouds later today. But this morning and much of the day will be sunny. We're going to start really chilly, but then we're going to warm up pretty quickly. So that's some good news. Like I said yesterday in my update, we're not going to, have a lot of issues with, you know, staying cold for very long. It's not going to do that. So that's the good news. All right, let's take a look at the 10-day model blender here before I get to the current temperatures. And well, we're going to see this warm up coming, and it's going to be a rather significant one, even more so than what we had last week. And look at that. We go 50 today, jump 10 degrees, go 60 tomorrow, low to, I'm going to say, even mid 60s on Monday. And then look what happens. We go from the mid 60s Tuesday to mid to upper 70s. Look at that Thursday, 78. Are you telling me that on the 23rd of February, we're going to get close to 80 degrees? Yes. Before we fall off, as we've seen a lot of here lately, as we fall off, a good 30 degrees, no, 20 degrees, almost 30. Once you consider going from 78 for a high on Thursday to 43 for a low, on Thursday night, that's a big change. And as you see after that, we're not going to stay chilly, or that's even running above average. Average is 52, and we're going to go 58 next Friday. And then as we get ready to close out February, we hop right back into the 60s to near 70. So this is, if you were watching me the other day, I was talking about these shots of colder air are short and temporary because of the sun angle. Now, as we transition from winter into spring, we get a little more sun angle. Our days are getting longer. The nights are getting shorter. Therefore, we have more opportunity to warm up. But this is the kind of pattern that we're in now that is really leaning on the warmer side of things. Somebody will get it. It's global warming. It's climate change. Well, there's always climate change, always has been. But it doesn't mean it's global warming or global cooling. They never talk about global cooling. It's always about how warm it is and all that and records and all this kind of stuff. But look, this stuff is cyclical. It always has been. Don't even get me started on all that. But I did get started. But sorry, I apologize. All right, now on to The incredibly chilly temperatures that we have this morning, this may surprise some of you if you haven't been outside yet. And as you can see, wow, 17 degrees at the Mesonet site out by the Ag Expo Center this morning. Let me zoom in on these because this is like wow. This is Warren County, Bowling Green 18, 17, 21 in Barron County, 19 Morgantown, Russellville 18 in Elkton. You got a couple of 20s out there, but wow. Yeah, that's cold. But it's a very dry, stable air mass. And as I said, if the clouds were here, we would have been in the low to mid 20s as predicted for low temperatures. But the clouds got out of here a lot quicker than what we thought would. And that clear sky just eradicated that blanket, if you will, and just allowed the temperatures to really fall down into the teens. But it's not going to last long. We've got a southerly flow that's going to kick in today, and that's going to warm us up pretty soundly. Today, we'll get closer to 50 for a high temperature. And then after that, we stay warm for a pretty good while, as you'll soon see. All right, let's go to the maps and get you going on this Saturday morning. Not going to linger too long on all of this. Here is a look at the current setup, and there's your 540 line. There's your freezing line, and that's why we have the chilly air this morning. Plus, high pressure, that's a pretty strong one, and it covers pretty much the eastern half of the United States this morning. And that's why we are so chilly. That cold air was allowed to, to spill in here from the north. And it's just giving us this cold air this morning. But as you can see, as we go through the day, we warm up. The red lines start coming our direction, and we will start to see more of a southerly flow kicking in here over the coming days, and breezier conditions too once the high pressure moves east. We're looking at sunshine. There will be some clouds that try to work in here later today. And you saw those on the satellite this morning, but nothing's coming from those clouds. Here we go into Sunday. And in fact, this is tonight and early Sunday morning. Look at the breezy conditions here. Look at tight lines all together. Yeah, that means the winds are going to kick up, especially for Sunday as we get into the day. But it should be a nice day. We'll see a few clouds tomorrow morning. And then as we go through the day, there's a little moisture that's kind of trapped up there toward Illinois, but nothing around here. And as I mentioned yesterday, notice these red lines are almost west to east. That's called a zonal flow. So we're getting a lot of warmer air, not necessarily from the Gulf of Mexico. Some of it is, but a lot of it is Pacific air that is blowing from west to east. Sorry, I hit the microphone across the country. You okay, microphone? I didn't mean to hurt you. So you see that we are going to warm up as we get into Sunday, very much so. And it's going to be mainly sunny. Everything looking copacetic here. Everything looks good. Now, we see that the freezing line, the 540 line, retreats to the north a little bit more. That's because now we're getting a much stronger flow. The jet stream retreats to the north, and that is allowing all this warm air to really just come north. There are places like Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, up toward Lake Superior, Lake Erie. They're going to warm up. Everybody's going to warm up over the coming days. As you look at this, this is about midday Sunday. It's going to be fairly nice, as you see, and that warm up will continue. We're watching a system gather over the southwest that is going to be the next system to watch. But as you see here, we keep the cold air trapped to the north. The jet stream is way to the north of us. It tries to come close to the Ohio River, but that flow here is going to continue, and we just keep warming up and warming up and warming up as we get in. This is Monday, early Monday morning. Here we go into Monday, midday, and afternoon. There are some showers that try to get going here with a little shortwave that tries to work in through parts of Pennsylvania and down toward West Virginia, maybe eastern Kentucky, but everything here is still in that warmer flow as we just continue to climb and climb in temperature. I don't really see any major systems coming in, not until we get into late Monday and into Tuesday. And that's where this model stops. Let me put it back there. So we're going to keep things pretty dry here, pretty quiet, and progressively warmer as we go through the weekend and beginning of next week. But I can tell you that longer range models are hinting at a pretty active. I almost sometimes don't want to use that word because it gives the connotation that we're going to have severe weather. That's not what I mean. Active systems that are coming through, and by active I mean there's going to be wind and there's going to be rain. And there may be some thunderstorms too look, we're going to get into the 70s and almost 80 as you saw on the blender, and then we fall off in temperature. Something's going to be up with that. But the wind and rainy conditions from about really Tuesday through Friday of next week, there is a daily chance of seeing showers at some point, and more rainy weather is coming our way. It's just the way the pattern is set up right now. Okay, that will do it for this Saturday, February 18th. Thanks as always for watching. Have a great day and get out and enjoy the day. Although right now it's bone chilling cold, it's going to warm up to near 50 or around 50 today, and even more so tomorrow. All right, speaking of tomorrow, I'll be here on Sunday morning with another update for you. In the meantime, God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you here tomorrow.